All right. Let's see if my back survives this hour.
That's a good goal to have.
Yeah, it's not looking
Uh,
good, but hey,
oh dear. Yeah.
I don't even know how to sit on this chair anymore.
I know ergonomic chairs are definitely something that everyone needs at the
Yeah.
moment. Hi
How did?
guys. I don't know if
All
anyone's
right.
here. I don't
Oh,
know if
there we
anyone's
go.
here. We
We
have
got
two.
some.
Yay. Hello.
Woo! Welcome. Hi guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hello. So, uh, shall we introduce ourselves?
Yeah. So,
Okay.
you want to start?
Yeah, why not? So, guys, hello. Welcome to our 6 o'clock webinar. Thank you for joining us today on this lovely, cloudy, isolated Monday.
Yeah.
So, if you don't know me already, hello, I'm Lisa. I'm from Ireland. And I've been living in Italy for 2.5 years. And I work in MyES, Milano Meraviglio, with our lovely Cesar, who is below. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Yep.
I don't know.
So I'm Cesar. I'm from Puerto Rico originally, but I grew up in Florida, which is why I speak English
Mhm.
now. And now I live in Milan. And that's pretty much it.
Exactly. Perfect. So, guys, you're already starting to say hello.
Wow,
Fantastic. So,
fantastic.
tell us your name and where you are. I see some familiar names. Hello, Mariano from
Welcome, 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 guys.
Naples.
Welcome
Alex.
back, Malenia and Alex. They were just here with us in the past hour with me and Caja. So welcome back.
Fantastic. Okay, brilliant. So now you're with a different Irish person, just to shake things
Exactly,
up a little
exactly.
bit.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
It's just like same kind of like combination, just a different pale person up here. Okay, hello, Eloisa, Alessandra, Melania, Filippo. Hello, welcome. Thanks so much, guys. Excellent.
That's
Okay,
all right.
really good.
All right.
So, what are we talking about now, Caesar?
So now, for this hour, we are talking about our dream home. All right.
Excellent. Okay. So, our dream home. Okay. So, I guess also this could be the dream home for your quarantine or your lockdown.
Yeah,
Where would you prefer to be right now?
exactly.
We could definitely discuss that quite a bit.
Absolutely. But
um,
just one quick question. So, what's the difference between a house and a home? Is it the same?
ah, now is this question for me or
Yeah,
for
yeah,
them?
yeah. That was for you. Sorry. For you, but for them, if you know what I
um,
mean.
I guess the thing is when we use home in English, it's a lot connected to like there's an emotional connection. Like my home it's mine. Okay. Because even if I could say I have an apartment in Milan, but my home is in Ireland.
Exactly.
Because generally home is the place where you are with your family or you feel very very comfortable at home, whereas a house is less there's a less of an emotional connection. It's just literally the thing, the object, a house.
Exactly.
So yeah, what is it, sometimes there's like the a house is not a home without love or something like that. There's a phrase.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Exactly.
I think
In
that
fact, I have this little thing on my wall over here. It says, "Home, a home without a cat is just a house."
Okay, so there's another way to look at it.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah,
Yeah,
and we also have the expression, home is where the heart is,
exactly.
or
Yeah,
home sweet home.
yeah, exactly. So Filippo says home is the place where I'm living. Okay, so yeah, we can say it that way as well, my home. But just as well that there is, like what we're saying, there is an emotional connection as well when
Exactly.
we talk about home, because sometimes in English we would also say when I talk about home, I'm talking about where I'm from, not just the actual building. Sometimes I can actually talk about home and I'm referring to all of Ireland. I don't know if you do
Exactly.
the same, Caesar.
Yeah, exactly. For example, I say I go back home, and when I
Hmm.
say I go back home, this means I go back to Florida.
Yeah, exactly. Back home.
Yeah. And for example, if you have friends and you want to invite them to spend time with you, obviously not now, but before and after,
Hmm.
what would you say? Would you invite them to your house or to your home?
Um, I guess probably I would say I'm having some friends over to my house.
Mm, yeah,
Yeah, which is
exactly.
kind of confusing, I think, too.
Yeah,
But yeah, because in that case, I'm referring more to the place. Um, but I just think that's what I would naturally say. What about you?
exactly. I would say the same thing. So whenever we're talking about the physical
Mm.
place, we always use house. Whenever we're talking about the emotional, kind of connection, then we would use home.
Hmm, exactly. Yeah. Mariano says my dream home is is okay. So remember a houseboat, a
Yeah,
houseboat. Very
exactly.
nice.
Fantastic.
Excellent.
There you go.
Very good. Okay, and we have also Antonella from Modena joining us, and Giovanni from Piacenza. Fantastic, guys. And Lorenza as well, one of our own students as well from
Oh
Milan.
yeah. All right. Fantastic.
Great,
So
guys.
let's go ahead
Welcome.
and
Thank you for joining us.
jump right in.
Cool. Let's
All
do
right.
it.
So, do you want to read this?
Sure. So, guys, what we're going to be talking about in this 15-minute webinar. So, we're going to be talking, as we said, about dream home. Okay, so about your dream home. So, your ideal home, I guess, where you'd love. So, what Mariano has already talked about. And then we're going to do some practice using quantifiers because it can be something that is a little bit tricky. So we're going to practice making our own sentences using some quantifiers and encourage you to use these to describe your own homes or apartments where you are right now. And just some new vocabulary. So some strange vocabulary talking about homes, and also just some, I guess, more like we would talk about ideal homes, a different type of lifestyle as well.
Exactly.
Okay. And
And
Adrian,
just a,
hello. Adrian has joined us.
oh, welcome. Hola. Welcome, Milenia, and welcome, Nancy, as well. Welcome,
Fantastic.
Georgia.
Very good. We're drawing a crowd. Amazing.
Wow, look at us. We're famous. All right. So, before we get started, I just wanted to talk about one little thing real quickly.
Hmm.
So, quantifier. So, today we're also going to be talking a little bit about countable and uncountable. So, I know this can be a little bit confusing, okay? And there are many people have many different explanations for this. But, okay, the secret behind countable and uncountable, guys, is the secret behind all of English in reality. So, in English, we have two different perspectives. Okay? One perspective is things in general, the other perspective is things that are specific. So, countable, uncountable is just these two perspectives. Uncountable is things in general, and countable is specific. For example, water in general, uncountable because it's general. We say some water. I don't say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But a bottle, this is specific, one bottle, so this is countable. So general versus specific. All right. So here we go.
Perfect. Okay, really good. Sorry, I'm just actually adding a note on what you just said there.
Oh, thanks.
uh,
All
okay,
right.
so
So dream home. Where would you rather live, Lisa, and why?
okay, so for me, well, I'm a country girl.
Yeah, me too.
So yeah, personally for me, I would prefer.
Yeah.
Obviously, sometimes it's not always possible, but I would prefer to live in the countryside not too far away from everything, like just
Yeah.
maybe in a smaller town, like a smaller city, because I think it's just, it's what I was what I was raised on.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
and also I love nature, so sometimes I find the air in the city is not great.
Yeah.
So I love being
Absolutely.
close to the mountains or water or to the
Oh, I love the
sea.
mountains.
Yeah, so definitely I think I would probably prefer the countryside to the city. What about you, Caesar?
I mean, so like the town where I'm from in Puerto Rico, it was a
Hmm.
very, very, very small town in the country. But
Hmm.
I grew up in the suburbs, so it was a little bit more urban, but it was still very rural because it was just houses and a few supermarkets. And now I live in Milan. And now, after living in Milan for 5 years, I think I would actually prefer living in the city or near the city, just because there's so much to do, and you've always got, you know,
Yeah,
what
that's
everything
true.
you need. You know.
Yeah, it's true. It's kind of like it's that balancing act of like
Yeah.
uh yeah, it's like, but at the same time where I'm from originally, it's very small and doesn't have any like anything to do really, any gyms, cinemas, things like
Yeah.
this. So
Uh-huh.
even somewhere in between is pretty good for me.
Yeah.
Um but yeah, it is obviously good to be close to to be close to like the amenities and things to do, everything.
Exactly. Or at least close enough.
Exactly. Cool. So we have some of the guys answering already.
Fantastic. Wow.
Oh, sorry, I think it's
These
showing
guys
the wrong
are
name.
all on the ball, just like Alex.
Yeah, on the ball. Love that. Uh, I live in the center, so I would like to live near. Okay, so in this case, we would just say near nature. Okay, in general,
In
near
general.
nature. I love peace. Okay, so peace as well. The peace in nature, or also we sometimes put these together. Peace and quiet. I love the peace and quiet
Yes,
of the
exactly.
countryside, peace and quiet. But this is still, you can still say it this way. Really nice, Mariano. Okay.
Fantastic.
Very good. And Filippo was born in Milan and has
Mm,
always lived here. Okay, so always lived here.
fantastic. And very good
Perfect.
grammar here. Great
Yeah,
job.
excellent. I've always lived there. Brilliant. Then Melania. So I prefer living in the city because now I'm living, okay. So in this case, now I'm living in the countryside. Okay, in the countryside. And
Yeah.
it's boring. Okay. It's always that thing of the grass is always greener, isn't it?
On the other, exactly.
Yeah, the grass is always greener on the other side.
Yeah.
And then fantastic, guys. This is amazing. So I'm living in the city, but I would like, okay, so I would like to live. Okay, I would like to live in the countryside. I would like to live in the countryside. Okay. And then do you want to read a couple of these, Caesar? Sorry, I'm just reading them all.
No, 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 no worries. You're good. So I rather living in the suburbs because it's more comfortable than okay. So just a few little things here. So I would say, do you live in the city or in the suburbs? If you live in the suburbs, I would say I prefer living in the suburbs. If you don't live in the suburbs, then you can say I would rather live in the suburbs. So rather we would use hypothetically, prefer if it's true. So it's like preferisco versus preferirei. Okay. In the suburbs because it's more comfortable. So not is, but remember, if we put a verb, we need to repeat a subject. So it's more comfortable with an M than the city.
Hmm.
And in this case, we have to say the city.
Exactly. Okay.
All right.
And
The next one. So Okay, perfect. You put it on the screen. Thank you. So I prefer living in the countryside. Perfect. Because I love nature and the quiet. Perfect. Or we can say the peace and quiet,
Yep,
which is
exactly.
an expression that we use in English. And we always say the peace and quiet.
Hmm.
Perfect. Then we've got Sabrina here who says, I prefer living in the city because it's. So remember, it's, not just is. If you only say is, we will be thinking, there's something that's not right here. We need that subject here. Because it's more convenient than the countryside. So when you're
Exactly.
talking about um, a city, for example, Milan, you say a city. But if you're talking about the type of environment, we always need the article. So we have a few different options, but all of these are used with the. We can say, I live in the city, in the countryside, in the mountains, in the suburbs. So a little trick to remember this is in Italian, if you use the preposition in English, we use the article the. For example, in Italian, you say in campagna, in città, in montagna. In all of these contexts, in English, we use the because it's a fixed form. All right. So I prefer living in the city because I like doing a lot of things, such as, for example, theater, exhibition, cinema, and so on. Perfect. So
Very
I
good.
prefer living. So here with prefer, we need ing and not prefere, but prefer. So I prefer living in a city because there are a lot of people and I can enjoy what? I can enjoy it more than in the countryside. So here we need the object here at the end. I prefer, again, no two e's, only, or sorry, not three e's, but two e's. No final e. So I prefer the countryside. I'm living in a small town near Milan and I like it. Fantastic.
Really
Perfect.
good.
All right. I would like to live in wild nature. So in the wild, maybe?
Hmm.
So here
Yeah,
I would
in the
say
wild.
in the wild. So the same rule as before. In the city, in the countryside, in the wild. But I am afraid I'm not able to do that alone. Well, okay. So maybe you can go with some friends, Lorenza. You can start a new community.
Live camping.
Yeah. And
Fantastic.
then
And then
last
one
one.
more from
You want to take
Alex.
this one?
Sure. I live in a little town near Modena. Okay, very good. So that's where you're currently living. Not properly. Okay, so it's in this case we could say it's not properly in the countryside.
Mm,
Or yeah, you can say it's not real countryside, I guess.
yeah, not
Uh,
really.
yeah, it's not really exactly. But there is less traffic than, okay, so less traffic than in a big city. Okay, because in this case we're comparing, so we want to say there's less traffic here than in a big city.
Exactly.
Okay, but really good. Excellent. Okay, thank you guys for your answers.
Fantastic. Yeah, it can be a little bit confusing with these articles in English because in Italian everything is the. But in English, we only use the in specific situations. So if you don't know, if you need it, don't use it. That's that's
Exactly.
that's the best advice I can give you. All
Really
right.
good.
All
Cool.
right. So here we got some dream homes. A few.
Lovely.
All right.
Exactly. We have a few dream homes.
Yeah.
Very nice, actually. They look
Yeah.
lovely.
You want to take
um,
this? You want to
yeah,
read it
sure.
first?
So basically, guys, what we want to do here is we're looking at the different types of homes, okay? The different types of homes. And we want to match them with the right picture. Okay, so we have A, B, C, D, E, and F. Okay, so tell us what you think. So type, yeah, exactly. So write to us what you think are the right descriptions or the right names for these homes. And I'll just read out as well the different names while you're writing to us. So we have houseboat, mansion, beach house, ranch, chalet, and penthouse.
Fantastic.
Okay. So some of these I know are similar. You probably know them already. Some of them are a bit more specific. Oh, great! We have some answers flying in.
Wow.
Fantastic. Okay.
A ranch.
So ranch, really good. So A, is that right, Caesar? A is a ranch. Is
A is
it
it
showing
a
up?
ranch? Oh yeah, I think it's a ranch. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
To be
mean, it's
honest.
a shed, but yeah.
Yeah, because really a ranch we would have to see a lot more land.
Yeah,
But in
ranch is everything. It's really, really big.
Yeah, usually I picture like horses a lot of like if it's a ranch,
Exactly.
like a big open
Or
space.
cattle, horses or cattle, you know.
Yeah,
But animals in a ranch for sure.
exactly. Really good.
Like old
Okay.
McDonald.
And then B, so I think it's just a little typo here. Penthouse? Is it penthouse?
Yeah, exactly. Penthouse.
Really good. Okay, a penthouse. And then we had some people saying C is a houseboat.
Fantastic, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Brilliant.
What about D? Do we have any D? Oh yeah, we've got D. Alex here.
Okay.
Alex likes it very much.
Very good. Excellent. Wow, really good. You're very fast, some of you. Okay, so beach house.
Then we have
Okay.
E, which we said is
Mansion. Yeah,
mansion, exactly. And the chalet.
very nice.
Just
Okay,
like the song. In the chalet, chalet. Far from the chalet now.
Shalai. Shalale. Yes, I think that was it.
Lady Gaga.
Yeah, that was what she was singing about.
Yeah.
Really good. Okay. So yeah, so I think it's quite clear what these are. I always think of a chalet. I know obviously it's in the mountains, but I always think of it
Yeah.
surrounded by snow, but
Yeah, exactly. So we have a chalet. We can also have, similar to this, we have a cabin.
Mhm.
And then normally for skiing, though, where you have a lot of people, we would have a lodge or a
Mhm.
ski lodge.
Exactly. So yeah, ski lodge is usually a bigger, probably a type of hotel as well, depending.
Yeah. Yeah, nowadays it's basically like a hotel. So when you go skiing or snowboarding in December, in January, you can stay at a ski lodge.
Mhm. And also, couldn't we call the like the I guess this is a barn in picture A, but
Yeah.
if it was a house, we could
Hmm.
call it a farmhouse.
Yeah, exactly.
Farmhouse on the ranch.
Exactly.
Usually there's
Exactly.
a farmhouse on the ranch because the ranch is like the whole property, um,
Exactly.
whereas
It's
the
not really
house.
the house itself.
Mm, exactly.
Mhm.
Um, yeah.
And then this one. So could you just repeat the pronunciation of it? Because it's a little bit different
Yes.
from, you know,
Mansion.
exactly.
Mansion. Yeah.
So
So
it's
it
that.
sh. Yeah, the sh mansion.
Yeah.
Man-
Could you
mansion.
explain that one a little bit better, just to make sure that everybody understands exactly what it is?
Yeah, so like as in what the building is.
Yeah. Like what is a mansion exactly?
Yeah. So generally we use mansion to talk about a lot actually about celebrity homes.
Yeah.
Because a mansion is like a very, very, very large home. Um, like even it's probably a home that is far too big for the people who live in it.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, it's quite like you might have even heard sometimes older time they have like the manor,
Oh
the
yeah.
manor of like it's a big huge building where people live. So a mansion is quite similar, but yeah, it's a very large home. I'm sure not many of us live in mansions, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's something I guess is some people have this as their dream home because it's so much space. You can have like crazy rooms in it.
Yeah. So you can have a lot of rooms and a lot of room.
Mm, just to confuse everyone.
Yeah, exactly. Just to throw that in the mix. So, can we actually write that one down? So, a lot
Yeah.
of rooms and a lot of room.
Okay.
So, in English, we have rooms and we have room. We have one that is countable, one that is uncountable. So, rooms with an S, countable. So, this is specific. For example, I am in the kitchen. You have the bathroom over there, the um, the bedroom. Yeah,
Mhm.
brain part. So these are different rooms in a house. But this house is very small, so I don't have a lot of room. Uncountable. So room as an uncountable noun is a synonym of space in general. So in this room, which is my kitchen, there is not a lot of room. All right. Any other types of houses that we have?
Um, well, actually, so my parents' house is one that I always mention when we're
Yeah.
talking about homes, but it's there's two different ways I would describe it.
Yeah.
So one would be like a cottage. Okay, a cottage.
Ah, yeah. Like
So it's a
Goldilocks.
cottage. Yeah, exactly. It's a cottage because it's a country home. But also, if I was to be more descriptive,
Yeah.
I would call it a thatched cottage.
Ah, okay.
Okay,
Which
a
is
thatched
describing
cottage.
the roof, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So maybe some people have heard of thatch, maybe not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Pull
So
up
a
a
thatched
picture.
cottage.
Thatched. Oh my God. Cottage. Here we go. So I'll show you guys a little picture of what this is exactly. So this
Mhm.
is a thatched cottage.
Very nice.
And here's the spelling as well.
That's my parents' house.
Yeah.
No. I'm joking.
Oh, this actually kind of reminds me of something else. I mean, it's not exactly the same, but
Mhm.
um, we also have townhouses,
Mm,
which are kind of like this.
yeah.
So, townhouses are houses where instead of the house being built like this, it's built like this. So, maybe you have 2 or 3 floors, but the house itself is very thin, and you have a lot of houses like that next to it.
Mhm. Exactly. So sometimes it can be like a duplex where there's one
Yeah,
person above. Yeah, I think my brother's house in Toronto is a townhouse.
yeah.
Uh, so I think yeah, because I think they have half. They have like 2 floors, but they're half of the townhouse, and then there are another 2 floors above them.
Ah, okay. Yeah, it started becoming popular in Florida right before I left. They were starting to build a lot of them.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Let me think. Anything else? I know that. Okay, so yeah, obviously apartments as well. Alex
Yeah,
mentioned
yeah, exactly.
apartments. Yeah, probably the more well-known apartment.
Yeah, exactly. Especially here in Italy, I feel like apartments are more, common. Oh, what
Exactly.
about condos? What is a condo though? Because
Ooh,
here in Italy, they normally call apartments condos.
really?
I think so. Yeah, like they call like. So what is a condo?
Because it's short for condominium, right?
Exactly.
Condominium.
Yeah.
So I would think of it, and I don't know if this is correct because it's not
Yeah.
very common in Ireland.
Yeah.
Uh,
Exactly.
I would think of a condo as kind of a group of, is that right? Group of apartment buildings? No?
Yeah. Yeah. I think so. Yeah. But I think like they're usually like a little bit fancier.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, it's
Yeah.
not like just normal apartment buildings, just, any apartment building, but it's like, really nice normally, and it's a group of them.
Hmm.
For
Okay.
example, like if I think of condos, I think of Miami. In
Yeah.
Miami, there are a lot of condos.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? But like
Okay.
here in Milan, are there really, would you say like apartments here are condos though?
Not really. There are certain apartment buildings that are maybe more like you said, fancy.
Yeah,
Um, but probably then the larger scale ones would be the penthouse,
yeah,
like that we talked about, the penthouse apartments. Um, yeah, I just don't really think it's the same here.
yeah, yeah. It's a
Yeah.
little bit different.
It's probably more of an American thing, really, when I think of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just trying to even think of anyone I know who talks about
Has a condo.
condominium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, personally, I don't know anybody who talks about condos. So that's why, like, for us, it's like, kind of a luxurious thing. People with
Yeah.
money have condos.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And Alex has an apartment. Fantastic.
Excellent.
All right. So moving on
Cool.
along.
Some features.
Exactly.
Okay. So just to let you guys know, we have all of these things in our apartments.
Absolutely. A house is not a home if you don't have these things.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we're living the my stream. Uh,
Exactly. I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the light real quick. Oh,
yeah, of course.
because it's getting dark here.
Yeah, it's starting to get dark. So yeah, again, guys, so these are some features that usually you would find in a dream home. I do not have these in my home, in my apartment. But yeah, so we want to match the different features to the right picture. So just try and match them up. And we have here, so swimming pool, fireplace, a walk-in closet, a home theater,
Sorry, a little better.
and a wine cellar. Okay, wine cellar.
Oh yeah.
Um, okay, wow, okay. Again. Excellent. So
Oh my
answers are
gosh!
coming in.
Somebody stop them.
I know, they're going too fast. They've had too much coffee today.
Yeah. Oh, Alex wants all of these
Yeah,
in
I
his
love it.
apartment.
Fantastic. Okay, yeah, that would be nice. Especially now, the wine cellar would be very handy for
Oh
lockdown.
heck yeah! Yeah. Fill it up. Stock up.
Amazing. Okay, so fantastic. So we have A, wine cellar. Brilliant. Okay, wine cellar. B, okay, straight in there, guys. I've got the swimming pool. Okay, swimming pool. C. I'm looking for C. Okay, fantastic. Walk-in closet. Okay, walk-in closet. D. Home theater. Fantastic. And E. Fireplace. Okay, really nice. So, Cesar, would you say walk-in closet?
For this one,
No, would you say that naturally?
oh,
Walk-in
the word.
closet.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay.
If
Because
it is a
I.
walk-in closet, yeah. This one
Yeah,
doesn't look like
exactly.
a walk-in closet to me. I don't know. I can't see like the actual door to it.
Yeah, it doesn't show the room.
Yeah.
Because I would say walk-in wardrobe, but I think
Ah,
that's
okay. Yes.
that's
Okay.
just a that's just a UK US thing. Uh,
Exactly. Just like
I think.
whenever somebody says wardrobe to me, I'm like, you mean a closet?
A what now?
A what? You hurt your what?
Okay, yeah. So just walk-in wardrobe. Sometimes you might hear us say this, so it's just a UK English,
Yeah. So
just to.
wardrobe versus closet. And it doesn't have to be walk in. It can also be just a normal, It doesn't have to be big. It can also be, for example, in Florida, all of the closets are in the wall, but
Mhm.
you not necessarily walk-in closets unless maybe it's the master bedroom.
Mhm. Yeah,
Oh, and that's another one, master bedroom.
that's a
It's
good one
another
actually.
good, yeah.
Yeah. Do you have a master bedroom in your apartment, Caesar?
I have, I only have one bedroom in my apartment. There's nothing master about it. I'll tell you
Yeah.
that much. So Filippo has a question here, and yes, exactly. Walk-in closet is cabina armadio.
Mhm. Exactly. And I'm just putting, so yeah, the master bedroom is the largest bedroom. So it's the largest bedroom in a house or an apartment.
Exactly. Normally, the owner of the house has it, so maybe the parents or.
Yeah, unless the parents are very generous and they've given it to one of their kids.
Exactly. Or unless they have like a dozen kids, then they might want to, you know,
Yeah,
stick them all in
exactly.
there.
Nice one. Alex says he wants so remember I want a
Mm,
warm jacuzzi in the swimming pool. Hmm,
exactly.
very nice. Yeah,
Exactly.
that would be lovely. I wish
We
my
have.
apartment had a jacuzzi.
Oh yeah, I know, right? So Georgia here says, I will want to have a giant walk-in closet just for me. And so, would you say will in this case?
So this sounds to me more like a hypothetical.
Mm.
Um, so I guess if it's hypothetical, I would like to have, I would
Ah,
like
okay.
to have a giant walk-in closet.
Okay.
Because otherwise, will you're talking about the future.
Yeah.
But if you use I will want, uh, if you're talking about something you want at some point, it doesn't really make sense. We would just say I would like to. I
Yeah.
would like to have. But yeah, because like I don't know if I even if I say in a half an hour, I think I'll want a coffee.
Yeah.
It's
It's
kind of
not
a
it's
strange
not very
thing to
common.
say.
Will and want in English don't
Yeah,
really go together.
yeah,
It's just not something that
exactly.
I'm going to want. Well, I mean, I'm going to want would be
Mm,
okay, but I will want.
mm,
I'm
exactly.
gonna want another drink after this. That's the only
Yeah,
exception.
yeah, exactly. Okay, and really good. He's saying here the master room.
Ah,
So the master bedroom. Yeah, usually I would say that it has a private bathroom. The master
yeah,
bedroom usually, and also what's another way we could say a private bathroom if it's beside the bedroom? What's another way we could say that?
walk-in bathroom. No, I'm just kidding. I, I'm not picking up what you're putting down.
Technically, an
Oh, its
ensuite.
own bathroom.
Oh,
Wait, what would you say?
we say an ensuite bathroom.
Oh yeah.
Ensuite, yeah. Does it
Oh,
have an
that sounds like
ensuite?
something in a hotel to
Yeah.
me.
I guess maybe that's British English. Like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, the house has 3 bedrooms and 2 en suites. It means that there are 2 of those bedrooms have a bathroom that are private for those bedrooms.
Okay. Yeah, I would have never understood that.
Okay,
If
just
somebody
me.
had told me that, if I was buying a house in the UK and somebody had told me that, I would have been like, "Oh, huh,
Huh,
yeah, cool,"
interesting.
and then I would have immediately Googled it.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
so ensuite, I guess it's UK English
yeah. I
for
would
private
say
bathroom.
it has its own bathroom
Hmm,
in American
okay.
English.
Hmm,
Oh,
okay.
a rehearsal room in my dream house for my music. Cool. Fantastic. It's actually really cool.
Lovely.
And Eloisa here, I'd like to have a room with a big library, fireplace, and a comfortable armchair. Just remember
Oh,
comfortable with an M, not with an N. But yeah,
comfort.
that sounds perfect, Eloisa. That sounds like something I would see in a movie.
Hmm.
With the fireplace and the yeah.
Smoking a pipe. Although I would be okay with that right now.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Mm.
Antonella here. What does she say?
Very good point from Antonella. I think a lot of women would like this.
Ah, there we go. Yeah. A big walk-in closet for my shoes and bags. Yes. I agree. I agree. Me too.
Not, not even for clothes, just shoes and bags.
Yeah, yeah. All right.
Very good. Okay, and then
Mm,
I'd like a big cellar and a pool.
mm.
Yeah.
I would love a man cave.
Oh, what is a man cave?
So, man cave is a space. Normally, man caves are in the basement.
Hmm.
So, in the space below the house, under the house. And a man cave is normally a space where guys have maybe their entertainment. For example, PlayStation and a big screen TV, a record player, maybe a pool table, a ping pong table, a beer pong table. So, all the toys.
Hmm.
And we call this a man cave.
Exactly. Usually it's where they have like PlayStation or their musical instruments.
Yeah. A special
Very
space just for us because the rest of the house is the woman's. Everything else is the woman's. If you don't believe me, get divorced. It's all hers.
good. That will prove it.
Taverna, man cave. I'm not sure if it's exactly the same. I think so. Yeah, it's kind of like that. Yeah.
Because yeah, you might say like a tavern, like the
Tavernetta.
man's tavern.
Okay.
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 Ah, okay. It's
Man cave
where
is typical room in the USA. Yes, exactly.
yeah, very typical, very typical. Because it happens like even in my cousin's house, they had a
Yeah.
playroom, like a
Yeah.
playroom or a games room when they were growing up. But then it
Yeah.
became, as they got older, it became a man cave.
Oh, nice. I wish I had a man cave.
You just build one, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
also,
in the corner right there.
really good. So Francie said, I want to have okay, so remember, I want to have a swimming pool. Okay, a swimming pool and a walk-in closet. Okay, a swimming pool and a walk-in closet. I think a theater. So again, we can put here a theater at home is not necessary because I have a television and it's better. Okay, perfect.
Okay.
So it's your preference. Exactly. It depends on how important it is to you. So
Exactly.
just remember that the article there using a.
Exactly. And it's
Okay.
your dream home, so of course, my dreams are different from yours and everybody else's. Yeah.
Exactly. Like a good point here from Roberta, like to have a gym. Some
Ooh,
people
that's
would
a
love
good
to have
idea.
a gym.
Yeah.
Mm,
Little workout
definitely.
room. I would have a
Really good.
little like parkour gym if I could.
Yeah. Wow.
That would be my dream.
How do you have a parkour gym? It's just
So
like
like
walls that you can jump on.
no, no, it would have like okay, so basically here, I'll show you a picture. So
Okay.
basically, and I've seen this actually, but normally they do it in the backyard where you have like parkour gym at home where you have like bars and different kind of like here we go. So things like this,
Ah, okay, yeah.
you see? I'm trying to see like an at-home one. There you go. This one's perfect. This one's like inside at home.
Wow.
Yeah. So
So you
something
can
like
just
that. I mean, that'd be cool.
jump and swing and
Yeah, exactly. A little monkey room.
very nice.
What
I'm just
about
really
you?
if I was to have like a dream home,
Yeah.
uh, I think definitely I would love a home theater. I think I would really love that because I love TV series, I love films, so
Yeah.
definitely I would love that. And I like that idea of like a special like reading room. I think that's really
Okay.
nice.
But
Um,
question for you: would you have like seats like this, like an actual theater, or would you have kind of like
a
oh
big comfy couch. A big
yeah, yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
no. Yeah, I
At that
wouldn't have it
point, you
like
gotta
that.
go big.
Yeah, no, I want a big comfy couch, one that maybe has recliner chairs in it.
Oh,
All of
nice.
that. Oh,
I
and
think I
I'd
would
have
have kind of like a couch where it would be kind of like the whole room. So kind of like a floor, but kind of padded or something like that.
you
Oh
could just
man.
lie straight down. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I would love a little art studio as well. That would be lovely.
Ah, yeah. No, for you that'd be perfect. Oh
Oh
man.
dear. Yeah. Cool.
We can dream, can't we?
Someday.
Someday. In a galaxy far, far away.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay, so we kind of talked about these
Yeah, so we'll go ahead
a
and skip over
bit
this one and
already. Yeah,
get into
exactly.
the
So let's do
nitty-gritty in the last 5 minutes.
exactly. Just a quick,
Yeah. So
Okay.
some. What does some mean? Exactly. Yeah,
Like I don't know. Would you like some water?
exactly.
um, it's yeah, some. It's I don't know. It's not a specific amount. It's not a
Exactly.
specific amount,
It's
and we
not a
can use
lot,
it.
but it's not a
Mm,
little. It's some.
yeah, exactly.
Very
We can
general.
use exactly. We can use it for everything. Some,
Yeah.
some
Yeah,
milk.
that's a good point.
Mm, yeah, exactly. With countables and uncountables, guys.
Exactly.
We can use some.
When in
Okay.
doubt, sum it out.
Exactly. So, guys, help us just for the last few minutes. So, what is missing from these sentences? Okay. So, we're looking to use some, any, or enough to fill in these sentences. Okay. And straight away, fantastic. The guys are on it. Okay. So, we have
Quick
two
question.
possible
This
answers.
word pronunciation, just so we make sure everybody knows it.
Enough.
Perfect. So this
Enough.
GH is pronounced as
Of. Of.
perfect. So just like an
Enough.
F. Enough.
Exactly. Perfect. Okay, so we have a couple of mixed answers, but for number one, people are saying there isn't enough wine in the cellar. In the wine cellar, sorry. We only have a few bottles left.
Mm.
So is this correct?
There isn't enough wine. Yeah, exactly. Because we do have some wine. It's just not enough.
It's definitely not enough for quarantine.
Exactly. If you don't have any, that means zero.
None.
Exactly.
Exactly. None. Okay, and then number two, some people say enough, and some people say any for number
Mm,
two. What do we think? Is there water in the swimming pool? No, it's empty.
exactly. In this case, zero. There
Mm-hmm.
isn't any.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
All right.
And then number three, the guys are saying any, and some people are saying enough.
Oh no. Everybody's very confused. Or nobody's confused.
I like
So
this beach house, but there isn't. So
oh,
any.
exactly. Mm, do you have any water?
Yes,
Can you
I've
show us?
I've got some water.
Perfect. Now, is this enough water for um, 5 days?
No, it isn't enough.
Okay. Can you drink it all, or grab another cup?
Right now. I have I have two more webinars after this.
God damn it. No, you have another cup? An empty one? Wait, hold on. I don't think I
Oh
have.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Sorry,
Oh,
yeah,
you
yeah.
do? Okay, okay, perfect. Ah, okay. All right.
This one is from my juice earlier. Sorry, guys.
Ah, okay, perfect. So here you have zero water. So you don't have any water.
Here I
So
have some.
exactly. Some enough, but any no, zero. All
Exactly.
right. So number four, this apartment doesn't have enough windows. It has windows, maybe one, maybe two, but not enough. So
Mhm.
it could have more. There isn't much natural light. There are some great features in this penthouse. So this is good. There are some great features. Nothing negative about this.
Mhm.
I like a walk-in closet and a fireplace. And we have some beautiful mansions for sale. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, maybe not one, but 2, 3, 4.
Mhm.
But we don't have any houseboats for sale. 0 houseboats.
Exactly. So yeah,
Okay.
isn't it okay to say like any we use for questions and negatives?
Yeah,
Okay.
normally, yeah, exactly.
Any questions and negatives, and then the same, I guess, with enough. We're
Exactly.
talking about negatives, so negative sentences and questions. Do you have enough water? There isn't enough water.
Exactly.
Okay,
And then
generally.
some always positive.
Exactly. Just as a rough rule, there are exceptions,
Exactly.
but we
Yeah,
can we can say that as a rough rule.
exactly.
Um,
All
okay,
right.
guys.
So, do we have any questions, or have you guys had enough?
Have you had enough of us?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so guys, thank you so much for your participation. We're
Thanks,
out of
guys.
time, but I will be back with David from one of our other schools at 7 o'clock. So you can join us to hear about some natural disasters.
Woohoo!
Thanks so much, guys.
Thank you, guys. Bye bye.